Don't me tell you, Jordan, 23 and a nigga be getting old, and if you want to see me perform, you have to pay me like the toll of a mansion pan the hill and have a thugs and pan patrol and tell him keep the cap like sand, become a thugs them off a boat.
Welcome my viewers and subscribers to another week of Impression Entertainment and Promotions, and this week we're in Seaview with Jay Voyage.
Yes, definitely, most definitely. Huh?
Big up,
Respect.
How did you got that name?
Well, I just wanted something different, and I wanted something that would become a solid household name, you get me? So, most of my friends call me Dray, so I wanted something different. I didn't like any other, you know, the nicknames. I wanted something professional.
Alright, in the early stage of your life, you know, what was that like, even before doing music?
Well, it was great. It was great. You know, I grew up in Waterford, which is heavily influenced by dancehall. You know, highly influenced, because you know that's where Vybz Kartel started, and the Empire as well. So was heavily influenced. Before the music, I always listened music. You know, I'm used to the LP 45 Pinchers, and all of those Ninja Man and the early days of Bounty Killer and all of that. You know, because my grandfather used to have a sound. So you know, he never used to go to church, but my grandmother used to, so we would have to wait until she go to church, then we take out the sound and we know how to go so and juggle the LPs and the 45s and we play our favorite songs, and that was great.
So when did you discover that, you know, I'm really good at this?
Well, that's a very funny story. How I discovered that is, you know, high school, you used to have this person that used to trouble me in high school, like every day, like trouble me in high school, and I was like, you know, say one day I'm gonna retaliate, but how? At that time, you know, I selected a popular song and remixed it, you know, putting in his mom's name and everything in it, and I just did it one day in class and everybody was like, you know, and from that I never got troubled again, you know, and I was known as an artist from then, and that was in 9th grade, and from there I discovered that I could write.
So even at that early stage in school, you were putting your experience into music.
Yeah.
And earlier you talk about, you know, that musical background that you were exposed to.
Yeah.
How did that influence the first track that you released?
Well, it influenced it in a major way, because, you know, with listening to artists that people idolize and listen on a daily basis, you want to know that, all right, you're gonna be a songwriter, your music has to be up to par, you know. So I was heavy influence where when it comes to songwriting and the structuring of songs and the metaphors, the similes, you know, the adjective, the adverb, the pronouns, you know, it influenced me to learn more. So if you listen to my songs, you'd hear the difference from early. You don't need to listen like 1 minute of the song to be convinced. Like,
and you can touch on some of the songs as well, you know.
Yeah, like Bellwether, we have Bellwether out now, we have Ignite out now. I have Danship, which is a track where I did recently for the Lane as respect and homage, you know, to them giving me a strength like that. I did a song for the Black, you know, Java, Seaview, which is where we are right now. So we have that coming out soon. This Life I'm Living, Wireless Pain is also a next banger that is coming, you know. So, and these songs will all stand out because of the songwriting capability and the intelligence that flows within, that I just try to, you know, put in the music as well as the energy as well.
Alright. Yeah, you talk about how the English language was important to you in school. Like, tell us, what does a studio session look like for you?
Well, a studio session for me is magical. Like for me, I don't write as well. I just rehearse my songs and it just comes together naturally. So that gives me, with even studying the English language per se, it gives me the ability to freestyle with ease. So I'll make it effortless to go in the studio, hear a new instrumental, and I'm like, I have a song ready. So if it does come to the test, I'll be able to show an artist that, you know, don't do that. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
All right. And talking about, as we are in Seaview, we have some of the big entertainment acts them from
Yeah,
Seaview.
exactly, from Seaview, yeah.
The Shabarangs,
the Bounty Killer, you know.
Dexter
Daps as well, which is carrying the mantle for Seaview at the moment. You know, Dexter Daps is doing great. So shout out to that guy, because he keeps it balanced. Most dancehall artists are focusing on, as you can see, dancehall music has changed, which is why it's hard for me to listen to some of these artists. Like, I'm glad they're here and they're getting a chance to feed their families and display the level of talent that they have. But at the end of the day, I just feel like I just won't be able to listen to some artists because of the way they view music. It's just like money, girls, hype.
What I want to ask you is that, what does your music say about you, and what's gonna make you the next big act from Seaview, guys?
Alright, so what my music really has to say about me is that, you know, we're here to stay. So once you hear my music, it's not like, you can tell that something is different, that something great is coming. You know, and we have a lot of plans as well. For my music, I do songs I look at things differently from a lot of people. I'm outside the space that the box is in when I'm thinking. So for me, I want to be able to drop an album, and I can go to a Rita Marley and say, I need Bob Marley on my album. I can go to an Assassin and say, I need you on my album. I can go to a Shabba and say, I need you on my album. You know, because, you know, a lot of artists just think like, all right, this is it, and, you know, we'll start make 200,000 now, so good. But you can't make billions, bro. You get me? And that's what I have. That's why I invest heavily in my music, because I want it to speak for me. I don't want to be compared to some artists. To me, that's disrespect. So I don't want to be compared. I think when my music is out there, an artist should be able to listen and know that, all right, he's in a league of his own. And we've seen artists done it, you know, with the level of work ethics and intelligence. I think I can do that, because I heavily look up to Drake as well. But you have artists out there that are doing very good, especially in the hip-hop market. But when you hear such a name, you know, and that is what I want with Dray Voyahj. When you hear a name, there's no comparison.
Hey IEP family, what's up? My name is Onika, and I'm here to bring to you a new twist that we have on the show. It's called IEP What's New? Now this is where I'll be bringing to you everything that is new and exciting about all our featured artists. Whether it's a new track that they're dropping, and then some of them have some new videos as well for you to check out. Our first featured artist is Wowski. Now Wowski just dropped his new video for the song Bubble Bubble. Now the second artist that we're going to feature is the man we all know as the unruly Prince Ikeem. Now Prince Ikeem just dropped a new video for his new song, We No Size. Make sure you guys go and check out all the new music that these artists are putting out. Support the thing, no man. And now we're gonna leave you with a blast from the past. And this is from an artist that has certainly made an impression on the music industry.
Sweet for my sweet and a sugar for my honey. If I say I love you, baby, what will you do? Because I love you, baby, you love me.
As a young artist in the music industry, what are some of the challenges you have experienced?
The biggest challenge though, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to speak about this, the biggest challenge I face now is my music being too up to par. Because the music coming out now, it's great. You can vibe to it, and that's good. But the level that my music is at, sometimes it gets overlooked because persons are used to hearing a certain sort of lyrics. You get me? So with certain type of lyrics coming out and people being used to that, you coming out now as this big, this iconic figure that hasn't been established yet, you will get overlooked. And I've gotten that so far. Until they decided to listen, they're like, whoa. but before that you get overlooked because they're not doing what everyone else is doing.
What are some of the projects that you have been working on, and who are some of the people you've been working with?
Alright, so for me, I've been working with a producer called Sheldon Kane on Conquer the Globe Studios. I've been working with, I have my own, I'm independent, so you know, it's hard at first because if you're not linking with certain peoples, then you know, it's gonna seem impossible. But with hard work and working with some good people, I have a producer now which is overseas, but he funds me with all my instrumentals. His name is I-Tai-1-U. He recently started Hi-Tai Records, and then I have my own label as well, which is called Nerd Gang Atlantic. So that's my own label. So all my songs will be released under my own label at a, you know, a moderate time. And Sheldon Kane, as I mentioned, but I'm looking forward to also working with Chrome as well, which reached out to us recently. Yeah, we will be doing some work as well, and a lot of others. There's one other which I won't mention because I didn't want that to be a surprise for the future, because I love the element of surprise. You know, I read the 48 Laws a lot, so element of surprise is definitely good. So there is some very powerful persons I'll be working with independently, but in time you guys will all see that. It's coming. It's coming.
Dray Voyahj. So for the viewers who are looking at, when they hear one of your tracks, what gonna make them come back and listen to another track for you again?
Alright, there's a number of things. The melody, the tone, the song construction. It's as I stated before, it's legendary. And there's this thing that I was gifted with, that when it comes to drawing your attention, I don't need to work too hard for that. You know, with the ability of the songwriting, I don't. I remembered quite frankly when my agent, I think she sent you one of my songs, and your reaction was priceless.
As soon as the man perform, it's like everybody just them fate gone, because the 5,000 that done gone to jail.
And them double it, oh good man, them give me 10.
Yes.
You know, we were laughing about it because they heard the song and he was like, you know, so I think at that moment, you know, I think you know. So that's just one of the things that will make people, you know, once you hear my song, you become a fan. So for me, it's not going to be very long before we're touring, before you have to schedule a second interview at Beverly Hills with me, you know. It's going to be pretty soon.
I hear you're already forecasting as to where you want to be with your music. What are some of the things you set out to accomplish?
All right, so some things I set out to accomplish is to the Billboard, Grammys. I'm aiming for that as well. We're gonna be there. Trust me, we're gonna be there, and world achievements, especially with albums. My album is gonna be very different, very, very, very different from my first album.
Jay Voyage. All right, so I want you to touch on some of those songs that you have out there for the viewers, just after you tell them where they can find your music.
Definitely. So my music can be found on YouTube. We have our official Vivo channel, which is Dray Voyahj Music. So far I have Bellwether and Ignite out, so far on all platforms. These are Apple Music everywhere. We're getting streams. I hit for Bellwether, that one is really solid. That's one of my favorite songs. I've gotten on Audio Mac, on Apple Music, on Deezer. I've gone 5,000 streams so far. So that's good. That's good. So we're generating it and it's going. So those are the two songs that are out now. One job. And big up Impressions, Entertainment and Promotions to make this possible as well. You know, we're gracious as always, and you know, give thanks. And look out for them channel, and them have all heap of products that come, so just look out for it. And subscribe to the channel. Who no love you and don't like subscribe, you subscribe. Subscribe. IEP, you subscribe. You get me? And you know where I go.
One Java, roll on. Yeah.
It's